Hello dear students, myself Mrs. Rajeshri Naik from BYK College of Commerce Nasik, working as a teacher of economics, welcomes you on our online lecture series for standard 11th arranged by Gokhale Education Society Nasik. Today we are going to start with the first online lecture on chapter number 5, Rural Development in India. So the content of today's presentation is introduction part of the chapter, rural development, significance of rural development in India, and agricultural credit in India. Introduction part. Indian economy is predominantly a rural economy. Economic growth of the country is driven by its rural development. It is true that India lives in villages. The term rural development is a subset of the broader term development. The term rural development is a subset of the broader term development. The term rural development is a subset of the broader term development. What do you mean by subset? Subset means a set of numbers, objects, or people that is a part of another larger set. The term rural development connotes overall development of rural areas with a view to improve the quality of life. According to 2011 census, the country's rural population is 83.25 crores, means 68.8% of total population. There has been a wide consensus that rural development should be inclusive. What do you mean by inclusive? Overall, and sustainable in order to alleviate the poverty. Now, sustainable means what? Long lasting. So, long lasting in order to alleviate the poverty means to reduce the poverty. Let us see the concept of rural development. The concept of rural development was born in the context of agriculture, and it remained for a long time with agricultural development in India. See the chart. The chart is about the various aspects of rural development. A. Agriculture. Agriculture measures such as mechanization of farm operations, use of high-yielding seeds, proper credit, transport, marketing facilities, etc. lead to rural development. B. Village industries. Modernization of village industries, provision of technical training, ensuring proper marketing facilities, etc. helps to promote the village industries and thereby lead to rural development. C. Education. Measures to improve technical, agricultural knowledge and skill development in rural areas contributes to development of these areas. D. Services. Ensuring access to health and family welfare services, communication and banking facilities, etc. lead to development of rural areas. Let us see the definition of rural development according to World Bank. Rural development is a strategy designed to improve the economic and social life of a specific group of people, means the rural poor. Rural development involves extending the benefits of development to the poorest among those who seek livelihood in the rural areas. The group includes small-scale farmers, tenants, and landless. The gist of the definition is the term rural development implies overall development of rural areas with a view to improve the quality of life of the people. Let us see rural development in India. Rural development in India has witnessed various plans and policies initiated by the government as well as at the non-government levels. Appropriate strategies for rural development will lead to economic growth and development of the country. Different ministers of the government of India formulate various development schemes not to raise the profit but to maximize the welfare of the people. Most important, not to raise the profit but to maximize the welfare of the people. Some schemes like National Rural Livelihood Mission, Manrega, Bharat Nirman, etc. are made by the government for rural development of India. Proper suitable strategies for rural development will lead to economic growth and development of the country. Now, we are going to study about significance of rural development in India. So the first significance of rural development in India is public health and sanitation. See the picture. Sanitation refers to public health conditions related to clean drinking water and adequate treatment and disposal of sewage. Sanitation systems aim to protect human health by providing a clean environment that will stop the transmission of disease, especially through the fecal-oral route. This would lead to an improvement in the quality of life of the rural people. Next significance is literacy rate in rural area. Literacy is a powerful instrument of socio-economic change. Now, socio-economic change means it is a change related to or connected with interaction of social and economic factors based on income, education, occupation, etc. However, there is a considerable gap between the rural and urban literacy rates. The adult literacy rate for females in rural areas is 50.6% and in urban areas 76.9%, whereas for males in rural areas is 74.1% and in urban areas 88.3%. Rural development helps to bridge this gap by making provisions for educational facilities at all levels. Next significance is empowerment of women. Earlier in India, the sphere of women was cooking and baking. She could not voice her opinion on any important decisions of the family. Due to development of rural area, there is improvement in the status of women which helps to reduce gender disparity. If women are educated, then it helps to meet the diverse needs of rural women as well as encourage their participation in community development programs. So, empowerment of women is a necessity for the very development of a society. It enhances both the quality and the quantity of human resources available for development. Next significance is enforcement of law and order. If rural development has taken place, it helps to safeguard the rights of the rural poor, small-scale farmers, tenants, and the landless. In other words, we can say that through proper enforcement of law and order, it is possible to safeguard the rights of socially disadvantaged groups by providing them a legal protection. Socially disadvantaged groups by providing them a legal protection. Next significance of rural development is land reforms. Land reform involves the changing of laws, regulations, or customs regarding land ownership. Land reform may consist of government-initiated or government-backed property redistribution, generally of agricultural land. Rural development ensures implementation of land reform such as number 1, ceiling on land holding. What do you mean by ceiling? Ceiling means limit on land holdings. Then regulation of rent. Second one is regulation of rent. Third one is protection of rights of tenant. What do you mean by tenant? Person who has taken land on house on rent. All of the above lead to reduction in rural inequality. So land reforms in agriculture can play a significant role in reducing poverty. Next significance is infrastructure development. The term infrastructure refers to all those services and facilities which are necessary for an economy to function. It includes energy, banking, insurance, marketing, transport and communication, as well as social overheads like education and health. Rural development leads to further progress in basic facilities such as generation of electricity, road connectivity, irrigation, etc. Due to above progress in basic facilities, it helps to expand the market and above all improve the quality of life or quality of people. Therefore, infrastructure is essential for a sustained economic development. No doubt, advancement in the country's infrastructure will accelerate development process of India. Next significance is availability of credit. Rural development focuses on increasing productivity in rural areas. Credit plays an important role in rural development. Credit is needed by farmers to meet the initial investment on seeds, fertilizers, implements, etc. till the crop is ready. Rural development facilitates the growth of financial institutions such as primary agricultural cooperative credit societies, regional rural banks, cooperative banks, etc. This is vital for providing subsidized credit facilities to the farmers. Next and the last significance of rural development is eradication of poverty. The basic objectives of rural development programs have been alleviation of poverty, means eradication of poverty, and unemployment, means alleviation of poverty and unemployment is the basic objectives of rural development programs. Through creation of basic social and economic infrastructure, means energy, transport, communication, banking and finance, these are known as economic infrastructure. Health and education known as social infrastructure. Provision of training to rural unemployed youth and providing employment to marginal farmers and laborers to discourage seasonal and permanent migration to urban areas. Due to rural development, there is increase in rural incomes and standard of living of the people, and this helps in the eradication of poverty. See both the pictures. Due to increase in income and standard of living, modern techniques are used in agriculture. This is also known as transformation of agriculture. In the second last slide, we have studied how availability of credit is very much important for the rural people. Now, let us study more about this concept, agricultural credit in India. Agricultural credit is an important prerequisite for agricultural growth. Now see the classification of agricultural credit on the basis of tenure, short term, medium term and long term. On the basis of purpose, productive and unproductive. Agricultural policies have been reviewed from time to time to provide adequate and timely finance to this sector. Rural credit system assumes important because for most of the Indian rural families, savings are inadequate to finance farming and other economic activities. Now see the classification of agricultural credit. Now let us understand the classification of agricultural credit. Types of agricultural credit. Agricultural credit can be classified on the basis of tenure. It is a credit requirement based on the time period of loans. It is of three types. A. Short-term credit. B. Medium-term credit. And C. Long-term credit. Now about short-term credit. It refers to loans not exceeding 2 years. It refers to loans not exceeding 2 years. It is required for meeting the short-term requirements of the cultivators. For example, loans required for the purchase of fertilizers, high-yielding variety seeds, for religious expenses or social ceremonies, etc. B. Medium-term credit. These loans are for a period up to 5 years. These loans are for a period up to 5 years. These are the financial requirement to make improvements on land, buying cattle or agricultural equipments or digging up of canals, etc. C. Long-term credit. These loans are for a period of more than 5 years. These loans are for a period of more than 5 years and are generally required to buy tractor, making permanent improvements on land, etc. Let us see the agriculture credit India on the basis of purpose. The agriculture credit on the basis of purpose for which the credit is used can be two types, productive and unproductive. A. Productive. Productive loans are the loans that are related to agricultural production and economically justified. For example, purchase of tractor, land, seeds, etc. Another examples of productive purposes of loan are purchase of fertilizers, digging and repair of wells and tube wells, payment of wage, permanent improvements on land, marketing of agricultural products, etc. Now, unproductive purpose. Unproductive purpose or unproductive credit is used for personal consumption and unrelated to productive activity. For example, loans for expenditure on marriages, religious ceremonies, etc. So, in today's lecture, we have covered introduction part of the chapter, the concept of rural development, significance of rural development in India, agricultural credit in India. That's it. We will soon come up with another topic. Till then, have a great time. Thanking you.